No matter where you live in the world, the ocean connects us all, which is why some world leaders have come together to discuss and commit to protecting the ocean. My name is Esi Boateng, and today on Maritime and Port News, we're fortunate to have Dr. Felix Addo. He is the Deputy Director and Advisor, SDG Advisory Unit, Office of the President, to tell us his observation at the conference. Doctor, you're welcome to Maritime and Port News.
Thank you.
So, generally, what was your observation?
Like you said, world leaders came together to commit to protecting the ocean, and throughout the discussion, I saw a commitment, a true commitment from world leaders on three fronts. Firstly, to deal with the issue of illegal fishing, which is affecting the livelihoods of many artisanal farming fishermen and coastal communities, Ghana being a prime example. And then also to deal with the issue of creating more and quality marine protected areas to sustainably manage marine and ocean resources. And then also to deal with the issue of pollution and with specific reference to plastic pollution, which is a big issue now affecting the all communities that are related to the ocean. And a cross-cutting theme that came up was improving ocean governance to have consistent rules and regulations and frameworks across the globe to guide the use and activities of on the ocean and within the marine resources.
Okay, so coming from your unit, the SDG Advisory Unit, how does the SDG connect to protecting nature and specifically the ocean?
Right. This summit actually contributing to the achievement of SDG 14, which is to conserve and then sustainably use ocean and marine resources for sustainable development. And the issues being that were discussed today are critical for the sustainable use of the ocean. So, in the bigger context, the summit would provide the impetus for global leaders to improve actions that would enable to achieving SDG 14.
Well, improve actions. We know that there has been a lot of these some conferences and global leaders coming together, talking about the commitment. Looking at this particular conference, um, do you anticipate that, or do you know or feel that the commitment level of these leaders here at the conference will not just be a top commitment, but would be implementable, that would see actually that these treaties that are being signed, they work together to ensure that our ocean are really protected? Because there's a saying that the time is now, if not now, we don't know when.
Yeah, that is very true. We have a limited window of opportunity to act to reverse the degradation of ocean resources, and so we need to act now. Um, I choose to be optimistic that global leaders will this time back their words with action, because the consequences of not doing so are very dire for humanity, and I'm very hopeful that this will happen. But then the rest of society, media, civil society, organizations, private sector, all have a role to play to make sure that this thing that our world leaders have committed to is actually translated in action in terms of advocacy, in terms of follow-up actions and reporting and sustaining the pressure. If it leaves the discussion table and then it get lost, then chances are that there will be no action. But if we sustain the momentum with yourselves and your interest in marine issues, if we sustain the pressure, then we have a good chance that world leaders will act appropriately, because their integrity will be on the line.
So President Addo in his speech made mention of the fact that Ghana is committed committed to ensuring that the sea is protected, and by so doing, they have worked around these illegal fishing in Ghana. Can you give me a little idea of what Ghana has done so far to protect the fishes in the sea with regards to illegal fishing?
A few important things that Ghana has done to address this issue. Start with a review of the fishing policy on how fishing should be conducted, and in light with current trends and emerging issues. And then also Ghana has joined a coalition of countries along the Gulf of Guinea to supervise and check marine activities, especially dealing with trawlers that engage in illegal fishing. And Ghana has a treaty with Benin and Togo, a specific one to police the oceans and to deal with the issue of irregular mining or illegal fishing, I should say. And aside that, things like improving inspections at the London beaches where the fishes, where the catch is brought, to make sure that the right rules and procedures have been followed, and putting inspectors on fishing trawlers to make sure that the trawlers are not undertaking illegal activities, and then even rules to safeguard the welfare and safety of workers on the ships, to make sure that they are not abused and they enjoy decent working conditions. Recently, Ghana has introduced the 1 month ban on fishing during part of the season to allow for breeding of fish stock. So these are all contributing to addressing the issue of illegal fishing and also overfishing in Ghana's waters.
Your final message to this One Ocean conference? I mean, it's the maiden one, and in future, what do you think we should do?
I think in future we should have a good mechanism for tracking the progress that has been done, what actions have been done, what has worked and therefore can be replicated or upscaled, and what has not worked and therefore needs to be reviewed and or stopped altogether. There should be a deliberate initiative to promote learning from best practices across the world, so that countries, especially developing countries, don't need to reinvent the wheels. If others have done it properly and it's coming out with great results, just tap into it and do same, so that we have a good chance of achieving the targets that we've set up for ourselves under SDG 14.
Doctor, thank you so much for
My
joining
pleasure.
us on News. So we spoke to Dr. Felix Addo Yobo. He is the Deputy Director and Advisor, SDG Advisory Unit, Office of the President, Ghana. The ocean is for you and I. And as a matter of fact, you have a role to play by protecting it. Drinking and dropping plastics that ends in the ocean must stop now. Halala, halala. It is now or never. My name is Esi Boateng, and this is Maritime Import News coming to you live from Brest in France, One Ocean Summit 2022. Thank you very much, and see you another time.